Hi there, I'm Rudy Airwood, and we are coming to you now with a new recurring segment from the Clay Center, and actually every few weeks, we'll be talking about all the upcoming events, performances, educational opportunities, and more we have coming to the Clay Center. And for anyone that's not familiar with the Clay Center, we are located in the heart of the capital city, and you can come visit Monday through Sunday anytime. You can always go on our website to see our updated hours that you can visit. But we have 4 main branches of the Clay Center, and we want you to come and explore every one of those. Of course, we're going to kind of walk you through all of them today, but a brief overview is we offer everything from a beautiful art museum to a discovery museum. You can bring your children, as well as a gorgeous performance hall, and where we offer several local and well-known name events, and also you can visit our planetarium throughout the week and really be immersed in a lot of award-winning shows we're very proud of. So we're going to start off first of all today by talking to our fantastic art curator that goes along with our fantastic Juliet Art Museum, Miss Liz Simmons. So Liz, we want to talk first of all about, obviously we have ongoing shows and exhibits,
Right.
And we always, a big thing we get to encourage people with when they come to the Clay Center is your kids get to actually touch the current exhibit we have,
Right.
the big exhibit we have.
A little different for us.
Yes, so tell us about Van Gogh for All, which is kind of a big blockbuster exhibit we have going on right now.
Right, thanks Rudy. So Van Gogh for All is family friendly, as you said. Every few years we try to offer an exhibition in the Art Museum that does encourage that audience who sometimes feels a little nervous being around artwork, that's fragile. So this exhibit, like you said, is totally hands-on. It's about the life and work of Vincent van Gogh. So we all think we know Van Gogh, right? We're familiar with Starry Night probably, but this really allows you to learn more about his life and his work in a setting that encourages participatory learning.
Right.
So a lot of things you can touch, you can draw, you can hear, there's video and audio aspects of it. So there are no original artworks, but if there were, you wouldn't be able to touch everything.
Yeah, and there are a lot of different Van Gogh experiences that are going around right now, but this one, like you say, is interactive.
Right. So I like to say a lot of those are passive because, they might be inspiring, but you're sitting there looking at a screen, and ours has all these little stations, so you can feel what the thick paint felt like on these paintings. You can make a drawing using a mirror, making a self-portrait like Van Gogh made of himself. You can sit in a life-size diorama of his bedroom, which is so cool.
Yeah, they're getting to see that at home right now too. I mean, it's just so cool.
He painted his bedroom many times, so this is a life-size recreation of it. You can learn about the unique perspective of the bedroom. So it's really a great chance to introduce new audiences to Van Gogh, so that when they encounter his work later, they'll be familiar with it already.
Right.
And gives them multiple ways to access the work besides just looking.
Yeah, and like we said, this is a real blockbuster that's come in here. So we've had a lot of visitors coming that are, not just people coming to the museum, but we have schools that are bringing their students here for field trips. And we have a lot of specialized programming right now that you and your awesome art team have organized so that students can really experience this to the fullest. Tell us a little more about that.
I'm so happy that literally thousands of school children have already experienced this exhibit, which is amazing. The Art Museum's not used to seeing that kind of traffic sometimes. So we do,
time.
So besides offering tours, we do have what we call art labs, where depending on what age level you are, you can make a sunflower painting in the style of Van Gogh, or a watercolor Starry Night in the style of Van Gogh. So those are some of the programs we offer for schools, but we also have public programming coming up. Actually, we have a film screening.
I'm really excited about this one.
Yeah, it's an experimental film. So it came out in 2017. Every single frame is a unique oil painting. I think they used 125 artists to paint all the frames.
I remember seeing this was the first fully painted feature-length film. I mean, it was nominated for Oscars and everything. It'll be so immersive in the planetarium. It's so
It'll
cool.
be great in the planetarium, and it's right across the hall from the exhibit, so you can come see the exhibit first, come to the film. That's on February 10th at 6 p.m. And we will keep the Art Museum open for that hour between 5 and 6 when normally we're closed. So we're really excited about that coming up. We also have, on the last day of the exhibit's open until February 13th. On that last day, we have a family activity in our art studio, a make and take, we call it, and it's going to be ink making, because
nice.
Van Gogh wrote a lot of letters, and actually it corresponds with our other exhibit right now called The Floating World, Japanese ukiyo-e prints.
Yes, I'm so glad you brought that up, because we have a lot of workshops that'll go along with that too.
Right,
correct?
more programming with that one. It relates to Van Gogh because he collected hundreds of Japanese prints in his lifetime, and actually they influenced his style. So the bold color, the flat patterning, so he's taking a lot of these actual art elements from Japanese prints and incorporating them in his work. But I love the Japanese print show is up at the same time, because you're getting to see 200-year-old works of art that were circulating in Van Gogh's day alongside this exhibit that's, you know, seems totally different on the surface, but they actually are really closely connected.
West Virginia, you know everybody, somehow everything's connected. Art is all connected in some way. It's so nice.
True.
It's a great tie-in. So, and going off of the Floating World as well, I mean, that is a beautiful exhibit, but soon we have another exhibit that's coming and very West Virginia focused, like
That's
we said.
true.
So I'd love to hear a little more about upcoming Ellie Shaw exhibit that's coming.
So on February 27th, we're going to be opening a show titled Ellie Shaw, Reimagining the Familiar. So she's a Charleston artist. She moved here over 60 years ago, but has been a driving force in the art community that whole time. You saw a painting of her work on screen just now, recent painting, but she's worked in all kinds of media. She's painted on furniture. She has done textiles, watercolors, oil paintings. She's curated art exhibits. She's been an arts advocate and volunteer in the community. So this is a real celebration of her long career. We're excited to honor Ellie.
Yeah, and there's just no shortage of great things that you and your team are bringing here to the Clay Center.
Well,
We're
thanks.
so excited about that. So thank you so much. And you know, like Liz was saying, a lot of these different exhibits have corresponding programming going on. So we work very heavily with our education team, and you know, we always have exhibits in our Discovery Museum that people can bring their children to. They can get in there, like with Van Gogh for All, and touch things and learn more about science and art and everything. But we have a brand new exhibit that just recently opened, and it is really exciting in a lot of ways. It is called When the Earth Shakes, and now we're actually going to hear a little more about it and get kind of a mini tour from our new Director of Education, Thaddeus Papke.
Hi everyone, my name is Thaddeus Papke. I'm the Director of Education here at the Clay Center in Charleston, West Virginia, and I'm inside our brand new traveling exhibit, When the Earth Shakes. This exhibit is all about earthquakes, plate tectonics, and related natural phenomenon like volcanoes, like tsunamis. And it's also a history lesson. Really deep history, because we go back over 200 million years when the whole shape of the world was different and the continents were in a form called Pangea. And it's all about how they broke apart and drifted into the modern places they are today, and how that relates to things like earthquakes and volcanoes. So let's check it out. The first exhibit piece you see when you walk in the exhibit is called the Shake Table. Really simple looking activity, but tons of fun. All you do is you build structures, little buildings with these little sticks of different sizes, these blocks, and then you test them to see how they would hold up in an earthquake. You get to control the magnitude of the earthquake and see what happens when things start shaking. It's a good way to start testing some of those basic engineering skills. Here is our live feed seismic monitor, where you can see for yourself where earthquakes are happening all around the world. You can see those fault lines and the magnitude of all the most recent earthquakes happening right now around the world. With our Quake karaoke machine here, you get to be a human seismograph. Seismographs are the devices that are used to measure the magnitude of earthquakes. But here it's a fun game where you get to replicate the scale of an earthquake by jumping on the platform and doing your best duplicate the T and S wave recordings from a seismograph. I'm going to have to really amp up the magnitude of this one. This one is very simple, but it is one of my favorites, as it lets you explore how the Earth has looked in the past. From the initial formation of the land masses that we came to call the continents, to when they formed together 200 million years ago into Pangaea, which was around when dinosaurs first started walking the Earth, and then started breaking apart and becoming the shapes and forms and continents that we know today. And part of the fun thing about this technology is that it includes a prediction of what these land masses will look like 1 million years, 100 million years, even 200 million years in the future as those tectonic plates continue to drift. So you can think of the plates of the Earth as being like puzzle pieces. Here we've taken that very literally, but we've also turned it into a timed game, and I've got less than 30 seconds left to finish this puzzle of the Earth. Okay, let's see. The subcontinent of India and its plate goes there. Got one of the Pacific Ocean plates. Alaska. Just a couple more. Oh, 10 more seconds. 4 seconds to go. I've completed the Earth. And right here is our little earthquake theater, where we've got 5 short films, each under 2 minutes long, award-winning things about different functions relating to earthquakes and engineering, how they impact us in the real world. So, you just press a button, you sit down, and enjoy the show. So this activity is one called Remake the Earth, where we just got some sheets of paper out, maps of the Earth, but you fill them in, and you imagine that those tectonic plates that make up the Earth's crust move in different places, and that the continents had much different shapes and forms. So you get to exercise your imagination and creativity a little and come up with a notion of what the world would look like if the tectonic plates were in different forms and moved different ways. So there's going to be a whole lot of shaking going on here at the Clay Center until this exhibit leaves on May 8th. So come on by and check out all of these fun experiments and hands-on demonstrations for yourself.
All right, thanks a lot, Thad. So, like we say, this is an exhibit we are going to have for just a couple more months at the Clay Center. It just opened, but you want to make sure you and your family get there very soon to check it out. And of course, we always have our regular Discovery Museum exhibits that are open. We have 4 that are constantly there. You've got Healthy Me, Waterworks, the music studio, and one of my favorites, My Town, which is so cute, where your kids can go down and pick their own little career. It's really fun. Or if you're an adult and you want to change it up, go check it out yourself. And of course, also along with that, we have our planetarium we've been talking about. We'll be showing Loving Vincent there on February 10th as a special event, but you can also visit throughout the week and check out all of these fantastic films. They're very immersive. The award-winning The Arctic is playing right now, along with Planet 9. My personal favorite, Superpower Dogs. You know, you love to see a furry guy out there just doing his best work. And then also our free showing, you can go, those are all an additional fee to coming and paying a general admission, but you can also see the free showing of Country Roads almost every day in our planetarium, so come and check those out sometime soon. And going on to talk about the third branch now of our awesome Clay Center that we love so much is talking about the Mayor Performance Hall and upcoming performances we have. So as we go into February 15th, we are bringing in the legendary Righteous Brothers to the Clay Center. I'm sure you're very familiar. I was listening to the Dirty Dancing soundtrack last night, in fact, and was listening to Bill Medley on there. So, but you'll get to hear all those fantastic hits like You've Lost That Loving Feeling, just so many fantastic, legendary songs. Tickets are on sale now for that. You can check that out. And just a couple days after that, on February 17th, we have another very well-known duo, Simon and Garfunkel, which although it's not the original Simon Garfunkel, this is a really cool take on this. This is kind of a Broadway-like version, a musical review of their music. And this is part of our Broadway in Charleston lineup. Which I know the three of us were chatting before we started, because as you can see now, we're also joined by Leah Dunmeyer, who does a lot of our fundraising events out here. And she was very big in getting a lot of fantastic sponsors to get the Broadway in Charleston lineup. So we have to chat about it a little bit, because I'm just I know we're all excited about it, but.
I can't wait to see Hairspray.
Oh, I know. I mean,
that's going to be one of my favorites.
If we're not all belting Good Morning Baltimore,
Right.
when that sucker starts, something's
Right.
wrong.
I
So.
will say a lot of our sponsors too are most excited about Anastasia.
Oh my gosh, that is such a gorgeous show. I'm so excited to see
is.
it. The costumes,
Right.
the set
Yes.
is huge. I mean, it is just, I mean, I'm sure our stage crew is going to have their work cut out for them handling all of that. But it is just a fantastic lineup. And of course, we're going to end it with the Tony Award winning Jersey
Jersey
Boys.
Boys.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
you gotta love the Jersey Boys. And it always cracks me up that they say there is some authentic Jersey language used in the show. But we absolutely love, of course, this is a musical that encompasses the music of the four seasons. If you haven't heard or seen Jersey Boys, this is a fantastic chance to come see it. But these are all wonderful Broadway shows that are coming to the Clay here in the upcoming months in the spring. And of course, you know, I kind of jumped around talking about those shows that are coming in the spring, but also to finish up February 27th, we also have Postmodern Jukebox, which
Oh, that is what I'm most excited about this season.
I cannot wait for them.
I can't either. I know that a lot of people have never heard of postmodern,
Yes,
but
haven't.
anytime I talk to someone about it and I'll pull up an example of a song and they're like, that is so cool.
Right.
Taking songs that are relevant now and kind of turning them into that old school jazz
Yes.
feel is just so fun.
And they've changed it. So Scott Bradley has had them change this up through the years. Sometimes they do things that are 60s inspired, but the kind of current realm of it is giving it all kind of this Gatsby-esque feel. So I was listening to one the other day. What was it? They were doing Barbie Girl, but it was in a 60s format. I mean, it is. They do so many cool things. But that's on February 27th. So, and those tickets, all of these shows we're talking about, tickets are on sale now. You can just go to theclaycenter.org, straight to the ticket link, and get any and all of these shows if you can. But I'm like you, Leah. Anytime someone brings them up, initially you see Postmodern Jukebox, it doesn't ring the bell. But then you bring up, and if you're watching this, I'm sure you've probably seen one of their viral videos that's out there where they have switched around a well-known, you know, modern-day song and made it sound so classic.
Absolutely.
It is just
I
really
also
cool.
always love to bring up Haley Reinhardt
Yes.
because people normally have that name recognition with her, and she has been on
Yes.
Postmodern
And
Jukebox.
they are, and you know, we won't reveal any surprises, but sometimes some surprise guests show up with
Exactly.
them. They are, I know we all are like,
yeah,
"Ooh,
it's
we
hard to
don't
tell
know
what
any."
could happen.
So yes, so get those good seats now while you still can. We do still have seats available for all of those shows, so make sure you check them out. And of course, we also have to shout out our ongoing segment. I'm really excited about this. This is another little, I guess, multiple shows now in Soundcheck. So it's always been we've had some shows for Soundchecks. Now we have Soundcheck shows every single month in 2022. And Leah, I know you've been securing sponsors for those and educating the public about all these new artists that may not be big mainstream yet, but they are already making an impact in their areas. And we bring them to Charleston to get to know our audience out here, which is really
Right.
cool. I know, for example, just one I have to throw out in March is Levon
Levon,
that came and
yes.
opened for REO Speedwagon at our facility a few months ago, and they were such a hit. We said we got to bring them back for Soundcheck.
Right.
So it's kind of that caliber of performance, and right now the public you can get shows individual tickets for those shows, but you also can get it's a discount package right now if you get the first 6 months, I believe.
Yes,
it is
exactly, which is the first half of this full year.
Right. Okay. So you can get first half of the season now at a discount, and then from there, we'll also, I guess in a few months, we'll announce the next 6 shows for the latter part of 2022. So that's really exciting. But and then of course from that, I'm talking about all these awesome performances and events. but we have to talk about the main event in February. It's Carnival. so Leah, I want to kind of throw this to you because, like we say, you are a fundraiser and major player in this event, and you're new at the Clay Center too. Like all of us really are. We've all been here at the Clay Center less than a year, but Leah, you have had one big task helping to get all of this set up for Carnival. So tell us, for anyone that has not seen, what is Carnival?
Absolutely. So Carnival is our big fundraising event. It's an annual event. This is our 11th year doing it. So, you know, we have a lot of people that come every year that look for this great party. You know, and I have to have a huge shout out to the Friends of Clay, which is our young professional group of fundraisers and volunteers that kind of put this all together. They've been a huge help. Again, as you said, I just kind of got here.
Just threw you right into the fire, girl.
So I've been planning it alongside with this group, and they've been very helpful and have educated me a lot on, you know, what can be expected. So
sure. And talking about education in there, we're talking about fundraising a lot. What do these funds go to?
Exactly. So in the past 11 years with Carnival, we've raised over $1.5 million just from this event alone. That goes towards the STEAM education opportunities at the Clay Center. Everything that you've talked about that Liz shared with us in the Art Museum, these funds are raised to help these educational experiences for our community.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of these are opportunities that a lot of kids, you know, just in different socioeconomic backgrounds may not get to experience. And events like this, when you come and just have a great time, you get to help all ages, all races, genders, everything to get to enjoy all that the Clay Center has to offer. And it's just so exciting. But okay, so tell us, I know it's flashed up on the screen a few times, but explain to us this theme this year of avant-garden. What does that include?
Yes, so our theme avant-garden focuses on a lot of florals with the garden side of things, but also avant-garde. So we're thinking very outside the box.
Yes.
I don't want to give anything away with the themes in every room because you need to come to Carnival to experience them all.
Give us some hints. Just give us a few little tidbit things, because I know I was talking you into that yesterday.
Little hush-hush. But, you know, a few things are typical of what you would expect of a garden and florals and that sort of thing. But there are also some very, we've taken the word garden, you know, and ran with it.
so maybe some literal
interpretation of gardens.
And now, okay, I know you have like people, once they get this, what all does their ticket include too?
Okay, so tickets to Carnival, which are still for sale, we do still have some tickets available. They're going very, very fast though. And, you know, I think it does sell out pretty much every year. So do encourage people to, if you are wanting to get a ticket, to get it soon, because we're expecting it to sell out yet again, which is phenomenal.
Yes.
But the ticket gets you entrance to the Clay Center, which includes basically 3 different parties, in my opinion. So one room will have a DJ, and then we have 2 other parts of our performance side of our building that will feature 2 other bands.
Nice. Okay.
As well. There will be a full buffet, all food, drink, all entertainment is all included in your ticket.
Signature cocktail list that looked fabulous, by the way.
There are some signature cocktails that go along with the theme as well.
I won't say what it is, but I immediately showed my husband. I was like, look how cute it looks like it was made for us. So, and that is, I mean, there are so many details that go into this. Now, Liz, this is going to be your first
first time going.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, oh gosh, I think I've been 4 or 5 times in the past. I mean, it is the best party in Charleston. It is just such an absolute blast. And I know you guys, I mean, you've got a great theme to work with this year.
Absolutely.
And rolling off that, so anybody can come to this. Tickets are still available now as we're watching this. But, you know, hopefully they still are. If you haven't gotten yours, you need to get on it now. But one thing we have to talk about is the fashion that goes along with Carnival, because it's the most exciting part for me. So,
yes.
I mean, I know you don't have to do it big and brassy or anything. You know, it can be guys, you can just wear like a floral type boutonniere or something like that. Girls can just wear, you know, a flower in their hair if they want, or you can come in looking like
bold as
France over here. I absolutely, if someone comes dressed like Timothée Chalamet, just, you know.
Oh, please, will you please dress your husband up?
Honey, it's not going to be far off from that. I'm telling you right now. He's probably going to fight me on some of the things he's supposed to wear, but
I
that
love
pantsuit
it.
in the middle,
Yes,
I'm loving it.
what a great excuse to be bold.
I know, it's like kind of having our own
Creative,
little Met Gala.
artistic. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, we got a little element of like a little Met Gala happening in Charleston. It's so
Exactly.
fun. But you don't have to do this, but I mean, why would you not want to?
Right.
though?
Right.
I
So
mean, I'm
fun.
just telling you right now, my main element of my outfit this year is hot glue.
Oh.
So it is a lot of just, like I told you beforehand, I'm like Dolly Parton. I did a lot to look this cheap. or just flowers everywhere. And have you ladies gotten your outfits yet?
I have.
Yes.
I have a couple options. I'm
Options
trying
are good to
to
have.
narrow down,
Right,
you know,
right,
so
right.
we'll see what I'm feeling.
I
the
still
day
have
of,
a few
so.
options.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well
Is the hubby
narrow.
coming to this?
Yes,
All
he's
right.
excited.
So is he
His
going to be
first one, too.
floralized as well?
Probably. We're debating floral shirt versus tie,
Mhm.
and definitely some fresh flowers to
Nice, I
complement
like
both of our
that.
ensembles.
Yeah,
go.
you're doing it right. I
Well,
love
I
it. I
hope
love
so.
it. Well, I'm so excited. Well, like you say, you can't do too much. You can't do too little.
Exactly.
It's just come out and have a good time. And just know that your money that night is going to such a fantastic cause by being able to help all these different programs in our community that touch so many lives out here.
Correct.
So I absolutely cannot wait for it. I know that you and the development team and Friends of Clay have done just a phenomenal job getting everything organized for this year. It is no small task.
We are very excited.
We don't mean to
about
be like the
it, for sure.
pressure's on you, but the pressure's
Right,
on
pressure's on
you,
us.
you know.
Okay. And I did want to add, for those that can't attend the in-person event, if they
Yes.
weren't able to come or if out of town and not in Charleston and still want to participate in Carnival, we do have an online art auction that coincides with the event that also raises funds
Right.
for STEAM education and ongoing operations at the Clay Center.
Fantastic.
So that auction will run the whole week and it will end actually the day after Carnival, February 6th.
Great, awesome. And the day after, we have brunch bundles that are
Yes.
available for purchase as well right now. So many options right now. We hope to see you at Carnival. We hope to see you at all of these different fantastic exhibits like Van Gogh for All, and just coming and exploring the Clay Center. And we'll be coming back to you here in just a couple weeks with even more opportunities and programs happening at the Clay Center. So we cannot wait to see you then, and hopefully we'll see you before that. Have a good one.